Harley-Davidson Motor Company proudly presents this PhD Service Training Program. This program is designed to help you provide better service to your customers while you increase your service proficiency, professionalism, and profitability. Secondary belt drives may seem to be a modern concept in transferring power from the transmission to the rear tire. But in 1903, a leather belt was used to transfer the power to the rear wheel on the first Harley-Davidson motorcycle. In 1980, Harley-Davidson incorporated the belt drive system on the Sturgis model. The 1991 XLH Sportster was the latest model to receive the rear belt drive. But no matter how reliable the belt design is, how long it performs is really determined by how well it's maintained and where it's ridden. In this program, we'll cover the maintenance, replacement, and adjustment of the secondary belt drive system. First, let's take a closer look at what makes up the belt for the drive system. The belt for the XLH and Big Twins are the same in composition. The differences are in the width and number of teeth. The belt consists of a tensile cord made from aramid fibers. The tensile cords are twisted strands that are continuous and make up the load-carrying element or heart of the belt. The aramid fiber has the strength of steel, but the flexibility of fiber. This FLT is suspended by one strand of aramid fiber. As you can see, the tensile strength gives the belt its extraordinary carrying power. The body and teeth of the belt are made up of polyurethane, specially blended for adhesion to the tooth face fabric and tensile cords. The tooth facing of the belt is a specially woven fabric treated to reduce friction and protect the belt teeth. The belt is resistant to oils, chemical pollutants, corrosion, and is fully operational under extreme temperatures. Unlike the chain drive, the belt drive requires no lubrication. Just keep it clean by wiping it off with a rag, dampened with a detergent and water solution. You should also check the belt guard and deflector for caked-on mud or dirt and clean accordingly. Even though the poly-chain belt is designed for many miles of trouble-free riding, failures can occur from the following causes: improper belt tension, misalignment, excessive debris. Proper belt tension is important to prolong belt life. An over-tensioned belt can create higher bearing and shaft loads. A tight belt will also exert high tension to the cord, which can cause the belt to break prematurely. If the belt is too loose, it will ratchet upon quick starts or downshifting. This leads to increased belt tooth stress, which will cause tooth shear or belt breakage. Belt tension on new motorcycles should be checked at setup, adjusted after 500 miles, and every 2,500 miles thereafter. When adjusting belt tension on Big Twins, you must have the motorcycle standing upright with one rider seated on the vehicle. Remember, a rider is not required when adjusting the belt tension on XLH models.
Then loosen the axle nut. Do not loosen axle nuts on soft-tail belt drive models. Turn the adjusting nuts an equal amount to keep the wheel aligned. The belt adjustment should be measured halfway between the transmission and rear sprocket. Using the belt tension tool, HD 35381, correctly adjust the belt tension. Refer to the appropriate service manual for correct belt deflection for the various models. Then tighten the axle nut to the proper torque and replace the cotter key where applicable. Parallel and angular adjustment is important to maintain proper belt life. Parallel alignment is built into the motorcycle. The angular alignment, or sprocket alignment, is maintained by the adjustment of the two tensioning bolts at the rear sprocket. When inspecting a belt, look for signs of excessive fabric wear on either edge of the belt teeth. This will indicate if the sprockets are misaligned. A belt with chipped or broken teeth also can be attributed to improper sprocket alignment. If the belt exhibits any abnormal wear, it should be replaced. If the sprocket is misaligned, the load will not be distributed evenly, affecting belt tracking and reducing belt life. This will cause outer flange wear and increased noise. Besides the outer flange, the sprocket can also wear on the flank of the tooth. When this occurs, a very sharp, sometimes razor blade-like surface can appear at the corner. This surface acts as a knife when the belt rides up against it and can eventually cut through the fabric and initiate a cracking effect. Also look for a step-off pattern across the width of the teeth. This, along with sharp corners, indicate that the sprockets need to be replaced. The combination of a worn-out sprocket and new belt will cause tension problems as the load shifts. This will also accelerate belt wear. Proper alignment is important for vehicle handling as well as longer belt and sprocket life. To correct for alignment problems, refer to PhD Training Program number 104 and the service manual. After alignment and belt inspection, make sure the battery vent hose is routed away from the belt. In this next section, we'll cover the effects of various debris on the belt drive components. Depending on riding conditions, the debris can sometimes pack between the sprocket grooves and the belt. Proper belt tooth engagement cannot be maintained, and belt wear will be accelerated. Because of this, Harley-Davidson motorcycles are equipped with a debris deflector. This should be kept free of any caked-on mud or dirt. Sand is probably one of the worst abrasives for the belt drive system. Prolonged exposure to sand will first wear off the industrial chrome plating on the teeth. This will expose the cast aluminum. If the sprocket is not replaced and the wear pattern continues, the teeth eventually will develop knife-like edges that will accelerate wear or cause damage to the belt. Stones caught in the sprocket have the ability to puncture a belt. Small stone holes that are located 1/4 of an inch from either edge of the belt and spaced a minimum of 8 inches apart will not drastically affect the belt performance. Because the load of the belt rides on the outside edge, stone damage on the edge of the belt will cause uneven loading and rough running. If edge cord damage exists, the belt should be replaced. For the touring rider that just might want that extra bit of confidence, Harley-Davidson has a secondary belt emergency kit. This kit is only available for big twin models. The kit contains a spliced poly belt, feeder strip, belt splice tool, and related parts. Be aware there are 3 different kits available. The belts in each kit have different lengths for specific models. The emergency belt has a specially designed chevron splice joint. Since the joint of the belt is die cut, it severs all of the tensile cords or heart of the belt. Operating limits are restricted on splice belts due to the reduction in tensile strength. Remind your customer that after the emergency kit is installed, the motorcycle should not be operated if the screws are not flush with the edge of the belt or the screws are broken off. Whether your dealership is renting or selling the emergency kit, the following precautions should be explained to your customers. Accelerate slowly. Use the brake, not the engine, to slow down. Use moderate acceleration when going up hills. Do not exceed the speed limit. Shift smoothly. And avoid dangerous traffic conditions. Remember to inform your customers that this is only a repair kit. The approximate life expectancy is only 200 miles. And the belt's usage should be limited to the distance to the nearest Harley-Davidson dealer. The care and handling of the poly chain belt is very important. The belt should not be twisted, inverted, or bent backwards. The belt can bend around a 5-inch diameter sprocket with ease. But if the belt is bent around a 4-inch or tighter diameter, the cords will be crimped. This can lead to premature tensile failure. The same damage to the cords will occur if the belt is bent backwards. Do not use a tire tool or equivalent to pry the belt onto the sprockets. This will also create the same crimping effect. As mentioned earlier in this program, cleaning the belt can be accomplished with soap and water. Do not use a sharp object for scraping or sanding debris off the belt. Soaking or brushing on of solvents is not recommended. Whenever the motorcycle is stored, some environmental conditions can be detrimental. The belt should be protected from moisture, temperature extremes, direct sunlight, and high ozone. There is no problem leaving the tension on the belt. Tension, however, can be backed off if desired. Remember, a little care goes a long way. If proper maintenance procedures for the poly chain drive are followed, the reward will be many miles of trouble-free riding.